Okay, and I think it's working. So let's start. Oh, I need to get rid of this. Okay, maybe a bit later. So now I need to address a few things that happened in the last video. So first is that I did some changes, but I didn't run the this performance stuff, and it turns out I actually do get 100. I have like huge GIFs and all of the images and stuff, so I was kind of like skeptical if just adding like a sync tag will help, but it did. So I'm not going to go too deep into that, so I maybe still will do some kind of video about it, but what is it? Yeah, so that's the first thing. So the second thing, I mentioned in last video this software called Descript, and I actually decided to try it, and I got, I think, like 16-minute segment cut down into 13. It's mostly just like arms and likes and kind ofs and all of those words. Okay, so what do I want to say about it? It's hard to do. I tried a lot of kind of like different tools to edit videos, but I'm still like not completely getting how it works. So okay, I'm just checking on my stream. I had like a bit of a panic attack because it it said that it's not started, but okay, it's working now. So it's actually like one of my there's like a tool usually that shows how well video does, but I didn't see it. Oh yeah, this one. So it's actually like one of my really good performing videos. So I guess the all the time that I spent cutting the video wasn't in vain. And of course someone complained saying like, why would you do a reaction video? And I mean, it's an interesting question. It's kind of like the question that comes up all the time, right? One thing is someone like Asmongold who's probably like number one or like number three, like a streamer. If he reacts to something, that thing will get way more attention than it will kind of like naturally or otherwise. So for him, it's kind of like, what's the harm of me reacting to your video? You will you will get much more out of it than me not reacting to it. So of course for me it's it's the other way around. Yeah, video by Fireship is going to be way more popular than my reaction, but still, I mean, I have like opinions on it. So I didn't see it being like too lazy, I guess, or like too pointless to do something like that. So I was just trying out my setup, and I think it worked. I didn't like work throughout the whole video because there was like a wall of text that I just couldn't basically like see because my resolution wasn't set up properly. So yeah, I still need to figure out all of that stuff, but I was just testing if it even works, and if it performs good, then great. Maybe I can do more. Yeah, the problem is that it is like it's 3-minute video and I had like 16-minute segment on it. So I'm afraid I'm afraid reacting to like 10-minute video because I feel like it will take an hour to go through it. And I'm not really great at like editing it or cutting out the I don't know, just cutting it out, so just making it shorter. So yeah, we'll see. Do you want to say about something? No, I think not. So yeah, performance was good. I still need to finish that, but I was thinking like, should I make a part 4 or maybe just have like a few minutes update on it later. Okay, so I guess I will just mention this one. So Ryan did video about routing. He said like, I wanted to make this video for a long time, and I think he like upgraded his setup. So I'm curious what he's using for his camera. But I guess I should start here. I really didn't use routing too much, so most of my like front end experience lately was with like SPAs, and I think I used custom like written by myself routers, or basically like no routers for most of the time. For our latest project, we use React Router, and we actually started with, I think like just right away, or maybe we had React Router 5 for like a few months, and then we switched to 6, but we switched to like 6 beta and beta, and it it was like not released for 2 years or something. So basically we're using it for 2 years, and we didn't use it like too much, so I don't see myself as kind of like understanding routing too well. But the stuff that they were discussing in Solid made a lot of sense to me. And I think like on just like one of the React conferences, they were basically like describing, like few years ago, they were basically describing, yeah, when you navigate a new route, we need to get like your data, your lazy loading bundle, and try to do as much as possible, like depending on which one comes first and all of that stuff. And it's interesting that Solid was living that life for like a few years and React is still kind of like not completely there. Yeah, so anyway, so that was interesting video. I think it's like one of the worst performing videos for Ryan. It's kind of, how to say it, it's not visually like interesting to look at routing. You're like, okay, I guess it's there, I hope it's working, but like no one's probably like too excited, and probably like remix guys are like upset that no one is excited because they're like excited about all of this stuff. And yeah. Oh yeah, Ryan actually like started multi-streaming, so he has a Twitch stream right now. So do I. I get like few people watching my Twitch video, like VODs after the fact, and other than that, I don't really know what's happening with Twitch. So, I mean, I do. How do I say it? So when I catch like Theo on stream, he also multi-streams, and so I can switch between like YouTube and Twitch. Because I used like my Prime subscription on him, I don't see like ads on Twitch anymore. But yeah, with ads, it's really it's really kind of silly. But he only reads chat on Twitch, so I would watch on YouTube and have like a Twitch open in a tab, so I can send messages in Twitch, but I can watch on YouTube without ads because I have like a how do they call it, YouTube Premium. I don't remember. It's probably written somewhere, but yeah. It used to be part of like YouTube Music. Anyway, so I'm not a huge fan of Twitch. I only used Twitch for like Heroes of the Storm game that they are. I think it's like it was 7 years anniversary, kind of like last week or this week. I don't remember. Yeah, probably this week or last week. Anyway, somewhere around here. And yeah, so that game had like professional pro scene. I don't yeah, so I know that it was called HGC, but I don't remember what that means. Hero Global Championship, something like that. I actually got to one of the games that was happening in Los Angeles. I drove from like in North California, where I lived, to Los Angeles and watched it live. And I think that was like one of the last ones that ever happened. Yeah, so that was like exclusively streamed on Twitch. So that's kind of like my only exposure to like really watching like Twitch a lot. Other than that, it's just when I need to do something like something quick, and I get out of it. So yeah, but Ryan said he had more viewers on Twitch than on YouTube, and I think Theo has the same. I'm streaming at really weird hours. I never like expect anyone to watch it at these hours. So yeah, I guess maybe if I switch my time, I will see something. But okay, that was one thing. Okay, I remember I was setting something up and it doesn't work anymore. Okay, so now to the kind of like meat of the stream. So Vite 3 is out. I don't really use Vite. I had few experiments of like trying to migrate my CRA app to Vite, and it didn't work. I tried to migrate like library that I'm actually I think like solid.js library. I tried to migrate it to Vite to Vite, and it didn't work. So I'm hoping that it will work at some point. And I think this stream we will try to use it for library. And this is something that we're going to try as well. So this package, I'm surprised it's not as popular. So npm ne. Where's the right one? No, it's not the one. Yeah, it's always hard to find this package. And I know that if you do this, it'll show up. Yep. Yeah. So I'm surprised is like not as popular as it should be, I feel like. Yeah, so now it supports bun. So that's something that we are going to test. And yeah, so if anyone saw the thumbnail, kind of like temporary thumbnail that I had with helmets, that's because for our website we finally decided to have like a helmet. We finally decided to fix our like titles, and it turns out it's a bit harder than you would hope. So I looked into kind of like options, what we can use for basically to manage like title tag. And I looked at the options. I didn't like anything, and I was like, okay, maybe I should write my own. And the other thing I was thinking is, I wonder if it's going to be like I wonder if it's going to be easy or hard to write it kind of like as a cross-platform package. That's because I have React lazily, and I also have where is it? Solid lazily. Yeah, so yeah, solid one is not really used, but I guess someone knows about it. And the React one is actually like pretty popular, given that I didn't really do anything to to make it popular, and if I did, I don't know what to do. So it's cool to see it used. But anyway, it was really easy to port it to Solid, and part of the exercise is going to be like how easy or hard would it be to write it for like React and Solid. So my computer is pretty toasty. I don't see dropped frames, but it's a it's a bit concerning. Maybe just like someone forgot and turned off AC. Okay, so okay, where do we want to start? So I think my motivation is that all of the packages that exist, they use class components, and it's kind of like not modern. So that's probably kind of like it. I don't really know this topic enough to say something like, oh, they're doing this bad or something like that. I think it's uh, all of it is probably fine. So I did a bit of like research going into this. So first is that kind of like my, how do I say it? My benchmark in terms of like how I expect it to work is probably something like Nuxt had when I did I think my blog with Nuxt. That's probably something that I used. I don't remember, but I did use Nuxt had a bit, so I kind of feel like this is the kind of like the simplest API possible. I also looked at how Svelte does it, and it seems like they do pretty much the same. As far as I understand, this component is kind of like built in, because when I was looking at the like compiled output, it's kind of clear that if I would to write like my own component, it will probably like not work as optimized as this one. So that's my kind of like that's how I look at it, because I know that Svelte is kind of like, because it's written by one guy, this one guy is like, okay, I can make it like a good solution for everything. So I'm not going to be surprised that this is only kind of like possible as a built-in component, and there is no way to have it as a just like package. But in terms of API, it's the same. So you have like a head, and you can pass children to it. So what did I wanted to touch? Oh yeah. So as I also like asked on the Discord, what's the solid alternative, and it's SolidMeta, which makes sense again. And it works a bit differently because it uses like explicit provider. All of this like React Helmet and which one is it? I forget. Is this one? Yeah, React document title. So they use some kind of like magical package with side effect, and I actually kind of remember like all of this was like 7 years ago, but I kind of remember all of those packages, and I kind of remember kind of like looking into source code and like figuring out how it works and all of that stuff, but I don't remember ever using it. So maybe we did. I just don't remember. Okay, so what's the... Yeah, so we're looking at SolidMeta. So it has a provider, which makes sense, and then it has like a instead of having like a head, it has this separate components, right? So I did a bit of like looking at how everything is implemented. The only one that I didn't look was Solid. So let's kind of figure it out. So it has, right. So what's interesting is that how all of them do kind of like deduplication, because if I have a few components that do title, I expect kind of like the most deep one to win. But if I'm using maybe like a script tag or like a style sheet link, I expect kind of like all of them to work. So how does Solid does deduplication? I wonder if they have like a God sandbox or something like that. Nope, they don't. I think Solid New is using JavaScript without TypeScript, so it's always a shame. Okay, and do I need to sign in? I guess I'm signed in into a different account, but let's try it anyway. What package manager? Okay, npm. Npm install, save, I guess, and SolidMeta. Okay, it's doing something. So I don't know how I'm going to see. I don't know how I'm going to see the title, but let's try anyway. So first is, okay. Do they say about anything about best text? You can include head, insert head text. Just render on the server. So I'm going to only need a meta provider. Yeah, especially I don't know how any of this works on the server, so that's going to be like interesting, interesting experience for me. So now in the app, I wanna have a title. So remove all this, and so let's add a fragment. And in this fragment, we'll have reference. Okay, so now if I open it in a, okay, it says Vite app, which is a bit unfortunate. But what is more interesting is that what if we have like count more than 2 and a, so now it shows hey, but I want to also see title hey. Okay, great. It's not working. That's a first bad step, right? Huh. But why is it not working? So it's base link meta provider style. Okay. Guess. Oh, interesting. Okay, so because we have title tag in the HTML file, maybe, yeah, that one's just winning over. Okay, so it is working. And so now if title is more than 2, but less than a 5, okay, so it did work. Okay, so maybe what we want to do is just try to port SolidMeta to React. Maybe that's the kind of. So I find this CPI a bit clunky, but maybe it's worth it. So now let's look at the source again. So all those like exported stuff is just using meta tag, but meta tag is, I guess, not exported. Yeah, it's not exported. I wonder why, but it's not a huge deal. Right, so what I want to test is doing meta stuff. So meta 1, 2, 3, and meta 3 to 1. So how does it know that it's like the same stuff or not? Right? And if I have 2 metas, which one is going to mean? Okay, so I can only have 1 meta, which seems strange, but let's look into it. So it's just meta tag title. So where that's here. So we're using context, and yeah, makes sense that we're waiting for a contact. So add client tag, remove client tag, add server tag, should render tag. Okay, interesting. So create computed, add client tag, remove client tag. So what does that do? Okay, so tag name or property. You don't have anything about duplication. Okay, I guess let's look at the provider as well. So here's just types and context and cascading tags. Interesting. Okay, so maybe if it's not meta, but it's like a link, it will work differently. Okay. And now we see both of them. Now we see 3 of them. Now we see 2 of them. Okay. So it's cascading. Okay. So, okay, let's start. So we have indexes, and that's unset at first. And then we have tags. Then we got on mount actions, and we return actions. Okay, so actions is the stuff that we're kind of like interacting with, and that's the add, remove, should, render, all of that stuff is actions. So on mount, we are looking for this. Reach on node list is not supported in Googlebot. Okay, I think that's what they were talking about. Like on a client, it will. Where is it? Yeah, on a server, tags are removed. In fact, still works as better. Yeah, so this first part is just removing server side server side tags, I think. So we don't really care about this, I think. Yeah, and the provider is global, so it's doing this once. Okay, so that is, yeah. I guess it would be interesting to run this on server, but maybe next time. I wonder if they replied me on Discord. I asked pretty interesting question, I think. Okay. Okay. Hmm. So I asked them, Solid has Solid Start. Start. Yeah, that's a unfortunate name, I guess, at least for now, because there's some brand. But Solid Start is their kind of like server side rendered stuff. And I asked them, so if I search here, I asked them if they use SolidMeta or something like that for their server side, because Next uses their own kind of like built-in stuff. It's not exported as a package, and it's interesting that in Solid they managed to do it as a separate package. Meta test. Interesting. Yeah, I was actually wondering about tests. I was wondering if I can just grab like a test that they have for other libraries and just run and test. Okay, so what's happening here? It gets files and where's the test? Okay. Go to slash and see char set meta tag title component adds a title, get HTML title, expect page to have title. Interesting. Yeah, that's the server side stuff. SM. I wonder if that will like break anything. SM, I see now. It's SolidMeta. Okay. Title component with resource. What does it mean with resource? I guess they're waiting for some data answer before rendering it. Route data. Interesting. Anyway, so I think it looks good. We just need to figure it out. Okay, so add client tag, cascading tags, index off. That's probably like someone tried to optimize it and figure that index off is the fastest one. Okay, set tags, indexes synchronously. What does that mean? So tag means a string. So that's why meta stuff was like index, not index, but like keyed kind of like by the name itself. Okay. So the interesting thing is that this will only work for, so cascading tag, hashtag. So this code will only run for non-cascading tags, and title is cascading. So how do they do it? They will. So index is going to be -1 then. Check if the tag last one of similar. What? Remove client tag. Add server tag. Interesting. Okay, so we'll create computed node run on the client. Render tag is probably server. server-side stuff. So it runs over all tags. So how does it know about cascading stuff? I guess it doesn't need to know, like you just provide this value. So it's kind of like your job to figure it out. Oh no, tags might contain multiple text. Children. Oh yeah, so it's joining children. Yeah, we're not doing server-side stuff, I think. Probably won't have that much time to do this. So if tags have children, to this, if it's just a string or not string. If it's just props without children, I see. Yeah, so like meta char set. Okay, so it's just string concatenation stuff. So yeah, the question is like how easy to to have all of this stuff working in React. So what does it need? What does it need a portal? It needs portal because it's writing in the head. Yeah, it's that sort of stuff is not going to fly in React. I wonder what should render does. So if it's cascading, if it's not a cascading, it's true. But if it is a cascading tag, what's tags? Oh yeah, okay. So tag is the state that we're having on a provider, and we are seeing if there is a tag with this name, and check if the tag is the last one of similar. Oh, interesting. So if we have 10 versions of title, so tag should be present and it should be the last one. Last index of. So I wonder what's the type of this, the name. Yeah, I guess like names. So it's key, which is like title, and then string, which is like last one. So that brings me to the question. So what if I have title with the same title? Then I have hi friends. Okay, what did I expect to see? I think my problem was that So what's the name? So where we are setting. Anyway, I think I should start writing something. it's getting a bit silly. Okay, so so are we calling it reactjs-meta? Is there a package like that already? Yeah, of course there is. And it has 0 views. Oh, 0 downloads. What was it? Yeah, he removed it. Great. There isn't reactjs-meta, so maybe we'll call it like that. Okay, so I need to update my knee. I call it knee. I don't know if it's an I or something. Does it upgrade itself? I guess I just do this to get latest version. Maybe it is the latest version. Okay, so now, oh yeah, so now we have bun. I guess we will start with Vite and baseline. Yeah, this is me with my like Nokia phone. This is too much. Okay, so I guess let's do getting started. So create Vite. So does it have a like a library setting? No. So what does reactjs does? Okay. So maybe it's not bad then. But let's look Vite React library, something like that. Okay, it's define config. Okay, so we will need some of this. And I guess there should be like a build lib. Is that it? I wish I I wish I understood what's happening. Community templates. I mean, I'm probably fine with template, right? I just if I just get this, I think I'm fine. Maybe something like this. Yeah. Actually, I like to write down like the command that I I get this stuff from. So git ignore. I guess that should have been a real git ignore. Maybe they rename it usually with their create Vite stuff. Okay, so git ignore, blah blah blah. Okay, so then again, let's try bun. That was pretty fast. And let's run dev. That one's probably not bun because Vite doesn't support bun doesn't support Vite yet, but it's a React and it's working. So now we actually would need some kind of like test environment to check our package, but I don't know how it works yet. So oh yeah, let's I was going to say let's make sure that it's version 3. It is, so that's great. So now let's do this. So sure. So we have this config, and we want to have this. So React plugin React, that's fine. Vite DJS. Yeah, so DJS was a like a thing when I try to remember, and it's pretty bad. So now so src lib. What do we have in src? It's right now it's just our like example app, which I think when I was looking at like examples of other people using Vite in library configuration, they do have kind of like example app right inside the library. So maybe that's how I can leave it as, and I just create like a src lib, I guess index.js. Okay. Oh no, it should be this and touch this. Oops. Okay. So let's never saw that before, but let's go. Oh yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, so all of that stuff is fine. We need to add this. Now we are at, I mean, this comment is probably fine. Cannot find. Okay, so we still need this. This was a bit slower. Do we need to install something like cannot find node path? Can you find node or path, I guess? Can find path. Okay. Let's keep it as path then. So the library is called reactjs-meta. Metal. Yeah, almost. Right, I'm always confused about all of this stuff. Let me just remove style components and let's. Okay, so now if I do def, okay, it still starts, but does it do? Oh, I probably need preacher. Okay, and then create empty config. Okay, then create pre-check ignore. Okay. I mean, we can probably copy our git ignore to preacher ignore. And then we just run check. Okay, seems fine. So let's add a font like that. Okay, formatted more files than I was expecting, but that happens. So is it working now? Yeah, okay. So what's building is going to do? Okay. Okay, so it's trying to do something. So our index.js is going to be, maybe it should be index.tsx, but oh well. So let's create a file. I think, isn't like solid, where is it? Isn't SolidMeta is just like one file? Yeah, I think that's the approach we're going for. So we're going to rename it to tsx, and it's going to export I don't know, the title. Yeah. Good enough. So now here we do tsx and we run build and we generate test. Okay, so now it has my lib. So that's going to be reactjs-meta. So build. Okay. So there is some random white stuff. So where's the, oh, I guess this one. Okay, it has too much code. What's that? Fragment portal. It looks like React, right? That's the stuff that we expect the library to export. What's all the other stuff? reactjs, static, yeah, it looks like React. So why didn't the external didn't? Yeah, it looks like it just didn't work. Huh. I guess we just go to lib. Nope, that. Okay, so library mode. So it's build lib show like this more resolve. Main name formats. I wonder what's it going to do if we don't provide format. ESMD. Yeah, I guess we didn't have to do it. Okay. Because the output is the same, why do we waste waste our time? Okay, so now roll up options. Roll up options, external output. Okay, so we're doing it the same way. Why doesn't it get rid of the, yes, so I don't remember if that's the exact same problem I had or not, but it seems like it is. And I was getting like random output into my bundles. Oh yeah, so it's this one is JS, this one is CJS. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know if that's important or not. We'll see. So it's reactjs action time. Oh, that's actually interesting idea. Okay, so if we remove all of this stuff and build, what do we get? Yeah, we get the whole thing. But if we remove, oh, if we add this, didn't help. Do I have to do it like that as well? No, it's not it. Yeah, how do I even know? Let's just hope that they have something like that. No, they don't. So Vite deprecated, use plugin react instead. Vite external. Okay, so maybe it has a slash. Wow, I think it worked. So this is a function. Require global this. Okay. Just okay. So this is much more nicer. Okay, great. So far we are doing great. I don't know what's the right way what's the right way to get to this, but external. Okay, let's just be happy that it worked. Now, how do I use this this package? So I wonder if I start this server and if I just go to app.tsx and if I just import like outside of the src, right? Okay, so I'm here, and can I do this? No. Can I do it just here? What does it say? Cannot find module. Okay. So I can probably do this. And use not compiled option. Right. So use work. Right, it worked. Hello world. I want to see if it will work as a npm package, but I don't want to push like complete garbage into npm. But maybe I should. Because we're still like few steps away from from this being a thing. So in React lazily, I use pretty interesting kind of like build system that I got from Jotai. And what is happening there is that when you're doing build, you basically how do I say it? I should kind of like decode what is happening here. Like it's bash. So maybe I can just oh no. It's not it. Not it. I can set like bash. Yeah. So so inside dist, so in our case it's going to be like this. It will clean everything up. So is that just renaming? Yeah, I think it is. So then it copies just few files out of the root, and then it, I guess, like edits in place. And like removes all the like extra packages, removes scripts and all of that stuff. So it basically creates a simplified version of the package that is how do I say it? Because for stuff like bundle phobia, it will it will care about like all the extra stuff that you have, because you do like use up all of that space, and this way you don't have to kind of like suffer having this strange packages on file. But anyway, I kind of lost a bit. So what we're going to do now is that let's commit everything that is happening. I'm not going to kind of clean up what is going on, so we're going to just call it preacher lib config for Vite, and what was the third one? Title component. Okay, so now we have all of that. So I propose we go through scripts and do this magical stuff. So pre-build removes gist. I don't know if that's important because Vite is probably going to do this for us. So let's just skip it for now. So build is fine. Post build is what we need. So I'm not sure should be like that. Okay, so build, oh no, post build. I think it's fine to do it like this, but we will see soon. ESLint, we don't care. Prepare, build. Maybe we do, I don't remember. Pretest, we don't care. Or maybe we do. Okay, so now copy. Okay, so let's try it. So if I do post build, copy command not found. So it should be like npm run copy, I guess. Okay, this is interesting. So we need shx. Is that how it's... What's the package name? Yeah. So, and that's dev dependencies. So ni dev shx. So bun doesn't understand. Config yarn force backend. So because this should be dev dependencies. So maybe we'll just install it and added the dependency directly. So let's remove bun lock and do bun install. Yeah, the binary is of course kind of like funny too. I think it can use yarn yarn format for log files, but that's for another day. Okay. Yeah, I guess I also need this package. Okay, so now need to move it as well. Oh, I removed the file. I see what happened. Okay. So now, does it work? It doesn't. That's unfortunate. No such. All right. That's fine. That's what we're going to do. So now let's run on build. And our dist yeah, I still don't know what's what's the deal about all of that stuff, about Vite, SVG and stuff. Is it like a public? Yeah, okay. So I guess that's just going here. And so because it's not src but lib, we just change it like that. Okay. So loadable, right. So I'm assuming this is just like parcel stuff and we don't really need this. Okay. Copy files, command and file, copy files. Is that also like a package? Okay, it is. So let's move it. Oh yeah, preacher is actually also should be here. So preacher and this sweet stuff as well. Yeah, I don't know. There should be like in alphabetic order, but I don't know how to do it yet. So maybe I should just like run yarn or something, and it will reorder it. But okay, we are getting somewhere. So what's our dist look like? So JS stuff. Right. So I wonder how that. We really need to move that file. I don't know how like TypeScript is going to look through all of this. Right, so this is for title, but what is going to reactmeta GTS then? Libinus, right. So do we just not remove all of that stuff? Yeah, I'm hoping that this is like the configuration that is going to work. Okay, so tokens, something tokens. So our wonder if we have like a different version of JSON. This one was 10, this one is 11. Maybe something changed how it works. So let's just kind of look into it. And also maybe just have like a wrong file. No, seems fine. So let's just go and look at this JSON package and like what's going on there. Okay, so maybe you should just like run it manually. Update it in place. So in place editing. So this one is using -c minus e minus c. Execute the given code. If input is an array, filter the input. No, that's not it. I think -e is the way to go. Okay, so let's just do this. -e. Okay. Okay, so that worked. So let's just remove everything. And let's build it again. Okay. So the problem is with, so if I do yarn here, yeah, I'm not going to try to figure out what is going wrong, but we just all know that yarn is better. Okay, so now, yeah. I should probably have a bit more. I'm guessing there should be like a main. There were the yeah, all of that stuff is going to be there. So yeah, so now the name type files. I guess that's kind of like here. So main module. Okay, so in our case, it's going to be this. And this. Okay. And experts. I don't know if there are people who think that all of this makes some kind of sense, but for me, it's just some kind of like magic. I'm thinking that's just because Node is kind of like switching to newer formats and they don't know how to work with it yet. I don't know if like Dino or browsers use any of this information, but okay. I'm hoping that none of that stuff is going to affect me. So we do build a package, and do we? I think there's yars C or something like that. Oh my god. How do people remember all of that stuff? Yal C. I was so close. Okay, so publish. Hmm. I think now if I go to dist and do yal C, publish package. Should probably rename it, right? So how do I unpublish? Installations, link, restore, remove. I don't know how to remove it, but okay, so let's, so we decided on reactjs-meta, and this is probably a good version number. So we build it. Now we do elc publish. And now we do fun stuff. So I wonder what is going to happen if I do reactjs meta. Will it know to pick up this package? No. And I think what I need to do is link package update add. Yeah, I need to do something like add reactjs-meta. Does it add it to my? Yeah, it adds it into my dependencies, which is not great, but let's roll with it for a second. Okay, failed to resolve the package may incorrect specify. Oh my god, that's unfortunate. Do risk publishing it to npm and just seeing if it works. I think that's something that we should try. Um, right. Okay. So let's build it again. And I think what we do is npm publish. Okay. I think something didn't work as planned. If forget anything. Okay. So maybe we need to build it. Go to the dist and publish it. I actually forgot about it, so okay, so what about the size? 100 bytes. Okay, that total files 1. Okay, something is not something is not right. I wonder if files should be like dot or something like that. Hmm. Okay, so here is crazy idea. So after doing all of this, maybe we need to move um, this into like this too. Okay. Now something like that. I don't know why we didn't need to do all of that stuff before. With lazily. Okay, so that's the idea. We're going to create this dist, and then maybe my published stuff will work. Okay, 6 files and 1 kilobyte. But that looks way better. Yeah, we didn't have README or license stuff. Okay, so let's try to publish it. Oh no, it's not there to search yet. Can we get it by name? Yay. Okay. So now let's try to use it. Let's hope that this V3 stuff is finally working. Oh no, we are using Duo here, but dependencies. So we're going to have reactjs-meta. I don't remember if it will install it. I guess not. So okay. So now okay, and console log x. Where do we? Okay, so let's here the console here. So module that has a title. Okay. So let's do x title. Will that work? I don't remember if I ever tried that. Object. Okay. I'm going to say no. So title as title2. Okay. X is not defined, right? Because it's title2 now. I think JSX runtime stuff didn't work. That's how I interpret what is happening right now. That's unfortunate. Oh, right. That that makes nothing but sense. We are in solid, so there is no React. So React new. So that's going to be God Sandbox, which is there? Because yeah, this one. I have too many tabs now. Okay, so we don't have to do this anymore. We can just have it like that. Hello world. So children are ignored right now. So okay, what we did is we were successful at creating a Vite 3 library that is exporting a React component, which is way more important than you might realize, because I tried to do this multiple times and each time it was failing in some way. So I'm actually glad that it works. Okay, so do I need to do something to finish it? I don't like this JS2 stuff, of course, but I don't know how to do it differently. So it's going to be these two for now. Um, maybe if I have it as something like publish. Maybe something like this. It doesn't seem like it worked. So I guess it has to have like a different name. Uh, yeah, it works if you do yarn stuff. So yeah, so that's how we will do it. So I need to remove your C stuff. I don't understand why it didn't work, but it didn't. So I will just amend it there. Okay. So yeah, we cyber squatted this name a bit. The same as the other guy who did React Meta, but I'm already doing 2 hours, and I feel like it's going to take a long time to finish this. So I'm happy that we were able to try new NE stuff. So maybe I even do a bit of a of an explanation what it does. Where is it? Okay. So what it does is that it looks for a log file, and then after that point it knows what to kind of like expect from the project, and it will use the appropriate kind of like package manager that you want to do. So so any is going to be kind of like npm install, so or yarn without install, right? So when you're in a package and you want to just get all the dependencies, you just type any, and it will do the appropriate stuff depending on like which log file you use. And then yeah, so this stuff didn't work for some reason, but maybe we can try it again. So so there is an R which I used a lot is run, and the actually like use yarn a lot even in packages that don't use yarn, just to run commands, because it's much easier for me to write yarn dev than all the other stuff. And even within our, I think it's like not working great all the time. So if I want to remove a package now, I do none, and what the package was, I don't know, preacher. So I removed it from here. Now let's do it like this. Okay, it worked. That's great. Does it do sorting like it? No, it doesn't. So, but yarn does. So let me try yarn add here. Yeah, now it will try to install everything, and we will see how slow it does, right? So yarn did it. Okay. So it created yarn log. Oh, yeah, and it's sorted like alphabetically. So yeah, I guess let's just let's just do a quick benchmark. So we have a Vite project that is using few of the like utils outside of Vite and React, but it's pretty bare bones one. So I wonder what's knee is going to do. Right, it's using bun. So it took the whole 200 milliseconds to create 200 megabytes of node modules. Oh my god. And now let's do yarn. Oh no, yarn is going to run the other stuff as well. So I think it's 2 seconds and the same 200 megabytes. Yarn is doing more because it does, I think this one is prepare. I don't know why I have it. I think there was some idea that you need to run prepare before publish, but I already wrote this command, so maybe let's remove it. So let's run this again. So we do yarn. It's 1 second. It's almost 2 seconds, right? So now remove this and do bun install. This is unbelievable. It's like 10 times faster. I still don't know how they do it. I know why they do it though, right? Okay, so let's remove yarn lock because we don't need it anymore. I'm not even. Should I try pnpm and npm? I think we all know the result, so it's not really going to do anything. Okay, so I think that's how we're going to do it without repair. Okay. Do I have a? Oh yeah, I think the interesting one is the upgrade and u minus I. It's not as interesting in this project because everything is new, but for yeah, that's probably like not supported, right? So like for project that do support it. Should I just try it in my project? Yeah. So this is how like interactive update start works, and I think you need to also like pass something like latest. Yeah. So it will go through like all of your dependencies, and it will look for new versions, and like most of this stuff is like not important, but something like I wonder if I have like a good example, but I guess this one is not bad. So you see that I have like yarn workspaces, so I have like multiple versions of everything, and you can see that I actually have different versions of post CSS. So like client shared is using 8.4, but this one is using 8.1. So that means that you're having like two copies of the same package. So I think we probably like fixed most of that stuff, but sometimes you still see like I don't know, like three versions of the same package just because it was like installed in different times. But yeah, like here, like we have tell in CSS of different versions, and like why? Yeah, the TypeScript is usually the one that gives us the most problems because it's kind of like hard. I think one of our projects is depending on, not depending, but like ended up being in a way that you can only build it in an older version of TypeScript. Yeah, so and this one is like apparently like two two breaking versions have passed and we haven't updated it yet. Oh no, everything is. How do I exit? I think just enter. No, you must choose something. I don't want to choose. Quit. Oh no, now it's installing everything. Anyway, so I don't use NX. I use NR a lot, and I use NI a lot. So, and I think that like N, which ones? NU is pretty cool one if you have everything set up. That is. So you say. So this one, it's using yarn, so it works. Okay. I think that's it for today. I have too many tabs open, but we did a great thing. We figured out how to use Vite, which is my like I don't remember if I had stream on Vite. I did have stream on like Vue, because I tried to figure out Vue. Where is it? And there could be like a new updates on that front. Yeah, so this one is, I think it was using Vite because it was Vue, but I don't remember how much of actual Vite I did there. But yeah, and I mean, like Astro uses Vite, but again, I didn't need to touch it. And I did stream about Vite on Dino, which it's funnily enough that like both Dino and Bun have the same issue with running Vite, and both of them are like feverishly trying to figure it out. Yeah, so I wonder who's going to do it faster. I think the last I checked, like Dino issue tracker for it, the word was it's running on my machine. I have like a patch that can make it run, but like I didn't see it moving moving from there. Anyway, let's end it here. Let's it seems like the next stream is going to be part 2. That's where we are going to go into like React and Solid and figure out which one is better. We all know that which one is better, but it's going to be fun anyway. Yeah. Bye everyone.